Welcome back, everybody. This is part 2 in my series chronicling the fall of the Forerunners within the Halo mythos. If you've not seen part 1, the link will be in the description below. Today we're going to discuss the rise of ancient humanity. Humanity in the Halo universe is not a recently evolved species. Humanity has existed in the Halo universe for over 15 million years in 2 different incarnations. The first incarnation of humanity existed during the time of the Forerunners. They would even grow to become a power that rivaled the Forerunners. Unfortunately, this would set the 2 species on a deadly collision course. With that being said, let's jump into it. Following the Forerunner Precursor War, another species began their slow ascent to power in the Milky Way. Humanity evolved into a spacefaring race and left their homeworld of Erde Tyrene, aka Earth, to begin spreading their influence across the edge of the galaxy. Though aware of their presence, the Forerunners chose to watch humanity's growth from afar, as they did not see humanity as an immediate threat. Humanity also made sure to avoid Forerunner territory when colonizing new worlds. Through their travels, humanity met and allied with a technologically advanced species called the Sanchayum. To put into context who the Sanchayum are in the Halo universe, please think back to Halo 2 and 3. The Sanchayum would later be known as the Prophets, and they would lead the alien faction known as the Covenant. The Sanchayum were technically advanced, but lacked military might, where humanity had military might, but lacked advanced technology. Therefore, these species would complement each other very effectively. This alliance would settle on a new capital world, rich in precursor artifacts, called Jerome Hakor. The human Sanchayum alliance would use these precursor structures as a foundation for their own fortifications, making Jerome Hakor one of the most well-defended planets in the galaxy. With Jerome Hakor as their capital, humanity began to rival the Forerunners in military might and power. To further add to this rivalry, humanity would come to the opinion that they were supposed to inherit the mantle of responsibility. They would come to this opinion based on research they did on precursor artifacts. They believed that they should be the caretakers of the universe, and as such began to greatly resent the Forerunners. This resentment would not lead to immediate conflict, but it would lead to a big communication rift between the 2 species. During their expansion on the edge of the galaxy, humanity found something strange. They found a series of autopiloted ships that had either crashed onto planets or were left abandoned in space. There were no living life forms on these ships, but humans found several cylindrical jars containing a fine powder. After testing, humanity found that the powder contained several organic molecules that alone were harmless. They began testing this powder on different life forms to confirm its effects. One such life form was the Feru, which was a common human pet at the time. This powder would help instill the Feru with some traits that were desirable amongst breeders. As such, an unregulated black market of Feru breeding began to spread throughout human-controlled space. Eventually, this powder began to mutate the genetic code of the Feru. The Feru exposed to this powder began to cannibalize each other, which was particularly concerning as prior to this exposure, the Feru were herbivores. The powder caused the Feru to begin to grow unfamiliar patterns, skin patches, and more disturbingly, tendrils. The mutation began to spread rapidly amongst the Feru. Humanity would call this infection the Flood. The Flood did not initially spread to humans in the Sanchayum. However, over time, and with more exposure, this would change. Entire human planets would slowly fall victim to the Flood. As a result, humanity began abandoning colonized worlds they once called home. To help their displaced human comrades, humanity would be forced to enter Forerunner-controlled space and begin colonizing Forerunner worlds. To stop the spread of the infection, humanity would adopt a new strategy. They would resort to orbital bombardments, wiping out all life on the planets once the infection was discovered. They would bombard both human and Forerunner-controlled planets where the Flood was found. The humans would never alert the Forerunners to the spread of this plague. This is most likely due to their pride and general resentment towards the Forerunners. Unaware of the spread of this dangerous infection, the Forerunners would take great offense to humanity's incursions into their territory. The Forerunner Council would convene an emergency quorum to discuss how to react to this new challenge. What was ultimately decided at this quorum would lead to the downfall of the human Sanchayum alliance. This is going to conclude part 2 in this series. Please join us next time when we break down the deadly conflict known as the Forerunner-Human War. If you like this content, please don't be afraid to like, share, and subscribe for future videos. Thank you for watching. See you next time.